Let's welcome in our NBA champions. We got Avery Johnson there in Boston for Game 6. We also got Rip Hamilton here. So we're going to split this up. Rip's handling the Celtics. Avery's handling the Warriors. Rip, will start with you. Keys for the Celtics to force a Game 7. You and I have talked about a fast start. What else is there?
Well, for them, if you look how this series look, especially in the turnovers, they can't turn the ball over. The games that they lost, I felt as though they were very stagnant on offense. They try to make hero passes. They got complacent with just handling the ball. And in order for them to win this game, they got to come out and not turn the ball over. They got to get easy opportunities at the baskets. They got to get easy shots. If you look at their losses, they shot under 40% in them losses. So they got to get easier looks. They got to feed off their fans. They got to get out the gates early. They got to feed off their crowd, try to get easy baskets, easy opportunities at the rim in order for them to get going. Defensively, I thought they did a great job in the series so far. So I just think offensively, they got to be better. They can't turn the ball over, and they got to get out to an early start.
Avery, I will give you credit early on. I believe you called the Warriors in 6. That was your prediction. So what are the keys for the Warriors to get the win tonight, close it out, and for your prediction to come true?
Well, I agree with Rip. I think the Warriors, from a defensive standpoint, they got to try to continue to create those turnovers. When the Celtics, when they don't take care of the basketball, if they're going to come in tonight with 18 turnovers, this will be a Warriors win. But I think the biggest key for the Warriors tonight, they need Klay Thompson to have an explosion. They need Game 6 Klay Thompson. He's the guy that I think is going to, probably make 6 or 7 threes tonight and really just go off. They need that Game 6 Klay from the Memphis series where he scored 30 points and 8 threes. So I just think if Klay Thompson plays at a really high level tonight, because I don't think Steph Curry's going to have another 43 points tonight. I think he's going to play obviously better than he played in Game 5, but this is Klay Thompson's night to really put the Warriors over the top in this series.
We got a prop on Klay here in a little bit. We'll get to that. So let's start with the prop here with Jason Tatum. Of course, it has now been talked about quite a bit. Second worst two-point percentage in NBA history in the finals, but he is shooting 48% from 3 this series, averaging 23.2 points. So Rip, the prop here is over/under 27.5 points for him.
Amanda, I'm going with the over, because in order for the Boston Celtics to win, Jason Tatum, he has to play like a top 5 guy in the NBA. He can't come out and have a superb game. In order for this team, he is the leader. He is the heart and soul of this ball club. You've seen it, how he took over in the Brooklyn series, in his matchup against KD, and the same thing in the Milwaukee series. So I just feel as though Jason got to come out and play like a top 5 guy. He got to do all the little stuff. He can't go out there and just try to play hero ball. He can't go out there and just put the onus on himself to just try to score baskets. He got to still make easy plays for the role players. So I believe that he's going to score over 27 points.
Avery, we know Steph Curry's got a chip on his shoulder going into this game after only putting up 16, not making a single 3 in Game 5. Steph Curry over/under 28.5 points.
Well, Amanda, I'll be shocked if he doesn't make a 3 tonight. Rip, you know, in this situation, Steph is going to be, focused and locked in. But I don't think he's going to be locked in enough to score over 28.5. So I'm going under, and I think it's going to be because the Celtics are going to try to take the engine out of the car. They know he's the engine that really drives the Warriors. So you're going to see double teams, triple teams. They're going to try to force other guys to score. They're going to try to force the ball to find guys like Draymond Green, force him to try to score offensively. So I think Steph's going to get trapped as soon as he gets off the bus tonight before he enters the arena. I don't think they're going to allow him to go one-on-one against this Celtics coverage. We know how that turned out the last time in Game 4. So because of that, and because of the strategy of the Celtics, I have Steph Curry under on the 28.5.
Rip, you took the over when it came to points for Jason Tatum. You're also taking the over when it comes to Jaylen Brown. It is set at 24.5 points there. Why do you think Jaylen Brown's going to go over this?
Because I just feel as though he means too much to this Celtics offense. I mean, a lot of times when you looked at Jaylen Brown, especially in the playoffs. Some games look like the MVP out there. The one thing that I love about him, he just doesn't settle for the three ball. He puts his head down, tries to get to the basket, try to initiate contact to get to the free throw line. So I just believe that if Boston's going to get a win, especially in their home arena, both guys, they're superstar players. They're going to have to play well. And I just believe they're going to step up to the challenge.
All right, I said we had a Game 6 Clay prop. Here it is for you, Avery. Over under 20.5 points. Look, we've seen what he can do in Game 6. He said at the end of that last game, I've never been so excited to go to Boston. So we know he's fired up. Over under. He's got the 6 there for Game 6 Clay. It is 20.5 points for him.
Yeah, Clay, I think this is over. I think this is an easy one. This is a situation where Klay Thompson may have 20 points at halftime, and then he goes off in the fourth quarter. He's going to have more opportunities because Marcus Smart, the defensive player of the year, he's going to spend as much time as he can guarding Steph Curry, trying to slow Steph Curry down. So then that brings guys like Tatum. They're going to try to really attack Tatum, get him in foul trouble. Because of the way the Celtics historically have turned the ball over, I think Klay's going to get some runouts in transition, some transition threes. He'll get some backside threes on the other side. They're going to try to figure out some ways to get him deep in the post, especially when you got a guy like Pritchard maybe switching on him or White. So this is an easy one for me. I'm putting all my chips in front of the table on this one. Klay Thompson over 20.5 tonight.
All right, Avery, you made the trip all the way up there to Boston. We'll give you first pick here. Who wins tonight? The Celtics are favored by 3.5. I will say that number changed a little bit. It was 4, now 3.5. The total is set at 210 and a hook.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my pick. You know, coming into this series, the Warriors, I picked them in 6. They're right on schedule for all the obvious reasons. I just trust the Celtics. I trust the Warriors, a little bit more than the Celtics. The Celtics, this is their first rodeo in the finals. The Warriors have been here before. The Warriors can win pretty, and the Warriors, as they're shown in the last game, they can win ugly. They can win on nights when Steph Curry has an explosion for 43 points. They can win on a night when he doesn't even make a three-point shot. I think Draymond Green is going to continue to be a little bit better on the offensive end. Also on the defensive end, Jordan Poole's going to come up big tonight with his three-point shots. And the guy who I said in my big, bold prediction that could very well come into this series, I know Steph Curry's going to be the MVP, but Andrew Wiggins, I said, was going to be the best two-way player in this series, and he's right on schedule.
And Amanda, I have to disagree with Coach. I love Coach to death. He's a champion, but I got to disagree with him, even though he might be pushing all his chips in on the Warriors. But I'm going with the Boston Celtics. I just believe that, you know, it's hard in the NBA Finals to go to the visiting club to get 2 wins on their home floor. I just think that Boston's going to come out, really feed off their crowd. They've done a great job on the defensive end trying to muck up the game. Offensively, they got to be better. And I just feel as though they're two key offensive threats, Brown and Tatum. They're going to do everything possible to not let their team down offensively. I think they're going to get out the gate early. I think they're going to have a great start. I think that's very important for the Boston Celtics. And we all know role players play better at home. So look for Al Horford to have a better game. Marcus Smart, White coming off the bench. I just believe that them being at home and feeding off their crowd, they're going to do everything possible to get their win. Think about this. Boston hasn't lost back-to-back games since January. So now you're telling me that they going to lose. They can lose 3 games in a row. I just don't see that happening. I got Boston coming out with the victory.
Part of the deal tonight, Rip, and you know this, in the back of a team's mind, they're not just thinking about Game 6. They're thinking, at the end of the day, can we beat the Warriors on their home court in the Game 7? Do we want to get on this flight and fly another 5 or 6 hours across the country? And do we believe that we can win in the Chase Center on Sunday night? And because that answer is no, Warriors win in 6 games tonight in a close one here at TD Gardens.
He just had to get that last little word in there, didn't he? Didn't he, Rip?
Hey, Coach Amy looks sharp out there in that suit right now, just to let you know that.
Thank you. I feel the love.
You look good, Avery. We love both of you. Rip, do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.